he's assuming they aim their weapons at law enforcement, and he's calling them cowards for assumptions and assertions he has yet to prove and has not been able to prove.
He even
but
said this,
he
the
failed.
court has seen the evidence here. He's trying to make the judge admit that there was evidence brought forth.
Yes, he is trying to do that. But here's the thing. Bottom line, I'm happy to say that again today, Myrie and all his assertions, presumptions, and overreach has failed again. They will be released, the pretrial service release. They will eventually make their way home to their home residences in Idaho and with their employers.
So it was another good day today.
Another good day.
It was. One thing I know there's probably going to be a lot of questions asked is the trial that's supposed to start for Ammon Bundy and Pete Santilli and those. We do not know of a court date. We was under the assumption that they would start their trial the 25th of September, but there was no mention of that today. And the only thing that was mentioned is that the retrial of these two individuals were going to be the 25th of September. So we do not know when Ammon Bundy's trial is going to start, those next 5 defendants. Right now, that has been, it's not even mentioned.
Not at all. So again, I want to go over in detail later in regards more to, we have to get out of here. We've got some errands, very, very important VIP errands to run. So we're going to keep this short for you guys. There's going to be another update from Andrea Parker with more details, but see, they're going through pre-trial release services processing right now, and that may come with more information details. So we didn't want to get too much further into that. Also, I want to talk more about Myrie and his demeanor, his conduct.
You actually got up and walked out of the courtroom.
I got up and walked out of the courtroom so that I didn't do another Joe Robertson moment and get myself thrown out. I cooled off, and I asked the U.S. Marshals, let me know when he sits down so then I'll enter in again, because I can't hear another word from him.
We might need you later on to be able to get into the courtroom.
And I understand that, and that weighs heavily on my mind.
Yep.
I don't want to shake up and hurt the families or have the presumption that I could be hurting the case with bad conduct or unprofessional behavior myself. So, as I'm accusing Myrie of unprofessional conduct and behavior, I did well to step away. Myrie was unprofessional, completely lost his cool. He definitely showed me that he should never have worn the uniform nor have that badge.
He was shaking,
Amen.
His voice was shaking. He literally looked like he was fixing to drop down in tears, begging the judge to lock these guys back up.
Begging, and lying again in order to have his way, but again, he has failed.
A bully that got slapped down.
Now, but we'll have some more updates throughout the day yet as more things unfold down here. But right now, it's about all we have. And
yeah, so we're going to get some chores done. It's not that we're not going to give you even further detail. I think we have satisfied the need to know what's happening currently right now, though. And Andrea Parker will be interviewed. We won't be here. We'll watch the news channels, the local news channels. The cameras are up at the states waiting for her and the attorneys. So watch out for that, and watch out for more from John and I with more thoughts, opinions, commentary, and facts in regards to what we just witnessed. Maybe some more summaries of everything we've been witnessing all over through this entire trial. This was long. This was long. But God intervened, and this is going to His glory. He is the victor here, not us. We're just tools.
Well, that's it. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
People have Okay, gonna give it a second here for people to get on. Move to this side. So we went inside today, and the government does plan on retrying these guys. Let me see if I can get my notebook out. In Eric's detention hearing, Stephen Myrie called him a coward that got behind the Jersey barrier and slithered on his belly, and that he would do that again to get away, and that he's a flight risk. The judge disagreed. They said that these charges are so... he is still charged with raising a firearm at a federal officer or any officer, and this is a extreme charge and an extreme crime. And that's why we tried him twice, and that's why we are willing to try him a third time. He still has 2 924C charges. So that still holds a 32-year mandatory minimum if convicted. They claim they were a risk of non-appearance, assessment of danger. He doesn't believe... what did he say? Called him a slithering behind the Jersey barrier on his belly, and that he's a coward, and there's nothing more dangerous than a coward with a gun, and that there's no indication that he will follow court orders. They reread one of his Facebook posts about looking into the eyes of law enforcement and saying, "I don't want to kill you, and I don't want you to kill me. I hope that it never comes to the point of the Bundy Ranch again." And then he requotes it and says, but if it ever comes to a situation like the Bundy Ranch again, we will see what happens. So Stephen Myrie is putting those words into Eric Parker's mouth, which is absolutely opposite of what that post was saying. The judge then asks how he was arrested. So she immediately kind of calls their bluff, because in his arrest he went peacefully, he followed orders, and he also spoke with the sheriff and said if anything came in, he would be turn himself in, and that he was not hiding. They did give him conditions and allow him pre-trial release. They brought up the picture of all of the defendants in jury nullification shirts last night, saying the no victim, no crime goes to... They tried to use that as evidence to hold them further. Orders. They reread one of his Facebook posts about looking into the eyes of law enforcement and saying, "I don't want to kill you, and I don't want you to kill me. I hope that it never comes to the point of the Bundy Ranch again." And then he requotes it and says, but if it ever comes to a situation like the Bundy Ranch again, we will see what happens. So Stephen Myrie is putting those words into Eric Parker's mouth, which is absolutely opposite of what that post was saying. The judge then asks how he was arrested. So she immediately kind of calls their bluff, because in his arrest he went peacefully, he followed orders, and he also spoke with the sheriff and said if anything came in, he would be turn himself in, and that he was not hiding. They did give him conditions and allow him pre-trial release. They brought up the picture of all of the defendants in jury nullification shirts last night, saying the no victim, no crime goes to... They tried to use that as evidence to hold them further. They were really trying hard. He is not allowed to interact with any co-defendant. So Stephen Stewart and Ricky Loveland are no longer co-defendants because they were found not guilty on all the charges, but everyone in Pahrump is still... Well, I don't know if everyone in Pahrump is still co-defendants because they were found not guilty of the conspiracy charge. So I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to pretrial exactly what that means. And I don't think that they even know right yet. But as of now, we can't communicate with any of the co-defendants, and we're playing it safe. Also, if you have been put on a witness list for any of the trials, and I think it's almost 200 people on that witness list, he cannot contact you, he can't talk to you, he can't see you. So please don't contact us. We are going to try to abide by this in the best way that we can do, because we need to fight them on this. I say if everyone could please call your public officials, call the DOJ, call everyone and tell them we do not want to waste taxpayers' dollars on this again. Call the president, call Jeff Sessions. I know that neither one of them are going to do much, but you know what? If we make enough noise, we've already seen that we can make a difference out here. We have to follow all the court orders. Obviously, they want to try to get him down here and arrested again, and so we just have to watch our P's and Q's and make sure that we do everything that we can. Right now, he is waiting inside the courthouse until we can get the house ready so that he could be released to us today. We would have some time to get back to Idaho. And so that's where it stands right now. He can't make a lot of comments because we're going back into trial. Obviously, anything we do, they're watching this right now. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We just have to keep playing the game, keep playing their game, and keep playing by the rules and beat them fair and square. So that's where we're going with this. So as far as a motorcade, if you're on that witness list, don't even bother coming. I think that we'd probably want to go just us and the family. The kids are flying in. They should be in town about noon. And he's opted to stay here at the courthouse versus go back to the halfway house so that we can get this certified letter ASAP and get him released tonight and possibly not have to go back to the halfway house. And the kids, even if he does have to go back to the halfway house, the kids can see him here before he leaves. This is bittersweet, you know. We get a little bit further and we're still fought at every angle. And so we're just doing the best we can here. Like I said, if you're on a witness list or you think you might be on a witness list, please do not contact us. We've got to make sure that we stay within the parameters that we can. I don't know how many statements he'll be making because literally they're going to use literally everything we can do against us. So looks like he'll be talking through me for a while. And once again, he's still facing 33 mandatory minimum years here. And even though it's not on the conspiracy and it's not going to be held against the other guys, and hopefully those charges get dropped against all of them, it's still, you know, something that he's facing. And that's where we're going with this. So hopefully we will have another one later tonight with the whole family, and we'll be able to get this done. So hopefully we'll see you as a full family later on today.